Yo, what's up, guys? So we're back. Week 7 of the NFL. A lot of stuff going on. Before I get into the games, just want to let you know the first game, the Bills and the Jaguars. You guys probably know this already, but just in case, that game is not being televised. It's in London, and they're going to stream it live on Yahoo. First time ever that a football game is going to be streamed online. So keep your eye out for that. If you get up early and you want to watch some football to start your day, not a bad way to do it. I've been working a lot, so I haven't really been playing this that much. And I've been focused on the Mets so much that kind of putting Madden and football on the backside for a while. I mean, the Mets, you saw what they did. They swept the Cubs, and now they're in the World Series. So I'll give you a funny stat about that. In 1969, the Mets won the World Series, and the Jets won the Super Bowl. In 1986, the Mets won the World Series, the Giants won the Super Bowl. In 2000, the Mets and the Yankees were both in the Subway Series, and the Giants went to the Super Bowl, and the Knicks went to the NBA Finals. The Mets lost the World Series, the Giants lost the Super Bowl, and the Knicks lost the NBA Finals. So, if that holds up in any kind of way for the New York teams, any of them, then the Mets need to win the World Series. Then we'll see what happens with the Giants or the Jets, and then either the Knicks, the Rangers or the Islanders or something like that in hockey. So it's just kind of a funny little stat how that works out, that the Mets are kind of like the link to the New York teams winning Super Bowls. It's kind of strange, but I just thought it was kind of cool. So we'll get into these games. The Bills and the Jaguars, like I said, they're playing in London. The Bills are 3-3. They need this game in the worst way if they're going to save their season, because they're just not doing well right now at all. They expected a lot more from them, and the Rex Ryan luster is starting to wear off a little bit. People are getting tired of hearing him talk and not delivering. The Jaguars are 1-5. Obviously, they're not going anywhere. Their season's over. It's been over. That sucks. When you're a football team and you're just that bad that your season's over. See? One thing I like about this game versus last year's game, people still try and do rollouts in this game, but it doesn't work as good as it did last year. So, this guy can roll out all he wants for all I care. But anyway, so it just sucks when you're a bad team and your season's over when you're not even halfway through it. In cases like Jacksonville or the Titans, or teams like that, your season's over basically in training camp for the most part. Unless you have everything in the possible world break right for you, you're just not going to go anywhere. So I look for the Bills to win that game. It's a must-win. They need it. Jacksonville's not going anywhere anyway. They're playing for draft position at this point. So look for the Bills to win that game. They got the Browns and the Rams. The Browns, they're not playing that bad. They just can't put it all together for all 4 quarters and win games. The Rams are kind of in the same boat, where the Rams have good defense and good special teams. Their offense just doesn't help them out. I do think the Rams coming off a bye. I think the Rams are going to win. I think they'll do enough offensively, and their defense will keep them in the game, and maybe get the Rams to 3-3. They got the Vikings and the Lions. Divisional game, doesn't really matter because the Lions aren't going anywhere anyway. They did get their first win last week, and I did pick them to lose. So good for them. They won. Stafford had a big game against again, a team that's not going anywhere either. So, but then you look at the Vikings. The Vikings need this game in the worst way. They're 3-2. They need this game big time. Maybe the Lions snap back now and start putting some wins together, it's not going to matter, like I said, because their season's over. You're not 1-5. You're done. There's just no way around it. And the Vikings, it's a must-win game for them. They need this game. I kind of feel like the Lions are going to win. I think the Lions are going to go on a little bit of a run here where they start, winning a couple of games. And I think they're going to knock the Vikings down to 3-3. Peterson had a bad game last week, and he's not really getting the rushing lanes that you thought he was going to get. So I'm looking for the Dolphins to win. The Lions to win. They're playing at home, and I just think that they're going to start putting some stuff together now. They lost too many close games for them to not put some wins together. That's been their problem. They just haven't been able to close these games out. I think they will this week. Then you got the Texans at the Dolphins. I picked the Dolphins to win last week also because of Dan Campbell. I told you guys that Dan Campbell was going to test those guys. He was going to push them. He was going to give them that edge, that nastiness. And, Cameron Wake explodes. Comes out and explodes for 4 sacks. Sue still hasn't done nothing, but overall, the Dolphins dominated that game. And like I said, I did pick them to win. And this guy just throws it up into triple coverage and gets it because that's all he's good for. So that's always nice. And let me guess, he's going to go for 2. See, usually when people delay, when they're picking their kickoff, I always think that they're going to go for 2 automatically. When they're going for if they delay on their field goals, I always think they're going to go for 2. So anyway, so the Dolphins, they're back. I'm not going to say they're back, but again, this is another must-win game for them. If they're going to make any kind of playoff push, for the wild card or whatever. But the funny thing is that the Dolphins have never beaten the Texans. The Texans can't get out of their own way. Like I said, they got quarterback issues big time. And the old saying goes, when you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have any quarterbacks. And that's where the Texans are at. I'm picking the Dolphins. I just think that, Dan Campbell's got them motivated. They got a little bit of an edge to them, a little bit of a nastiness to them. And I think they're going to go 2 in a row. You got the Saints and the Colts. Colts are 3-3, an ugly 3-3 too. They're Hasselbeck did win 2 games for them and kept them in it. Come on, Julio. Man, if he didn't suction me, I might have been gone. Not definitely, but maybe. So the Colts they're 3-3, but they're an ugly 3-3. The Saints are 2-4. I'm picking the Colts anyway around because they're playing on the road. The Saints are playing on the road and they can't win on the road. Simple as that. I've said that for a long time now. They're just a different team at home versus on the road. So I'm picking the Colts. Steelers versus the Chiefs. I think Roethlisberger is coming back. You saw the dog killer got hurt last week, and the third string guy came in. I don't even know his name. I forget. I apologize. But the dog killer got hurt, and the Steelers still won the game. Chiefs are 1-5. They're done. They're not going nowhere. Steelers are winning. I know it's in Kansas City, but Roethlisberger's back. Martavius Bryant comes back after a 4-game suspension and just puts up 170 yards or whatever it was, and 2 touchdowns. So I look for the Steelers to go 5-2. Now, this is my upset special of the week. Jets at Patriots. 4-1 versus 5-0. Eventually, the Patriots have to lose a game. And I think this is the week that happens. The Jets have a good defense. They probably have as good a defense as any team in the league, if not the best team in defense in the league. They have a good offense. Not a great offense, but a good offense. Chris Ivory is running the ball like a monster right now. He looks like Marshawn Lynch from 3 years ago. And then you got Decker and Marshall. They're just a great complement to each other. Marshall, Fitzpatrick throws that ball down the sideline. Marshall makes this crazy adjustment, catches it basically off the ground, and then runs it in for a touchdown. Patriots, of course, there's always Brady, there's always Belichick, there's always Gronkowski, and all that. But for some reason, I just think that the Jets are going to win this game. It's going to be a close game, and obviously the Patriots could definitely win, and it wouldn't surprise me if they did. But I'm picking the Jets to win that game. Look for a close game, maybe a 6-point win, something like that. It's funny because the last couple of times the Jets and the Patriots have played, the last 4 times that the Jets and Patriots have played, all 4 games have been decided by 9 points or less, and this game is no different. They almost won. Give me that fumble. Give me. Come on! Thank God. Now run, Davis. Fucking hate that, man. You got 3 guys jumping on the ball, and then you gotta pray that you get it. Just jump on the ball. Last year, the Jets almost won with Geno Smith at quarterback, and Fitzpatrick's better. He's not great, but he's better. So my upset special, like I said, Jets are going to win that game. Yeah. I played this guy once before. He's a douchebag. That's all he did was face catch the whole fucking game. That's his whole game plan. I'm going to start another game, and I'll continue with the rest of these games. I'm going to show you something real quick though. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to start another game. I'll get through the games real fast, but I want to actually go over some of these most feared guys real fast. The most feared players came out, which is pretty cool. Now you see my record. I'm 6-1. I should be 7-0. I lost the game 21-21 because the guy bitched out the clock on me, so I just jumped off sides a bunch of times. Fuck it, whatever. But let me just show you some of these most feared guys real quick. I'll show you some of the players first in the sets, and then I'll show you some of their stats because they're pretty cool players. But while we're going through that, next game you got the Bucks and the Redskins, 2-3 versus 2-4. Both teams are garbage. It's in Washington for whatever that means. Just flipping a coin. Just to flip a coin, and because they're at home, I'm picking Redskins. No reason. I just don't think either team is good, so it's a toss-up game. Next game, you got the Falcons and the Titans. Falcons are 5-1. Titans are 1-4. It's at Tennessee. Falcons are a better team. They're winning that game. Plus, I don't think Mariota's playing. I think Mettenberger's playing. Which is funny, though, because a lot of people think that Mettenberger is a better passer than Mariota. And it'll be interesting. If they do win, if the Titans do win this game, do they start Mettenberger the following week if Mariota is healthy? You got to wonder about that. With that being said, I'm still picking the Falcons. They're just obviously a better team. Look at this set, though. You get Eddie Lacy. He's not up. I'm trying to show you some of these guys' stats. There's Brandon Marshall. Look at his stats. He's in, 90 speed, 94 catching, 98 catching traffic, which is good, route running, and then look what he turns into on Halloween weekend, I should say. 97 overall. He's gonna be a monster. So that's pretty cool. Trying to see who else is good. Oh, Mukamara, for me, because I'm a Giants fan. 86 overall, but on Halloween, he jumps up to a 97 overall. And his stats are pretty good, even as they are here. 91 speed. His catching's low. I don't really care for that. But his zone coverage is pretty decent. His man coverage is good. His play rec is decent. I mean, for an 86 overall corner, that's a pretty good corner. And this is my budget team. And when his price comes down, and it's after Halloween, I might buy him just to put him as my other one of my corners. I don't know who I would replace him with. But I'll figure that out when the time comes. The next game you got the Raiders and the Chargers. Another divisional game. Raiders are 2-3. Chargers are 2-4. Chargers are another team that keep losing these close games. I think that the Chargers are a better team, even though their offensive line is struggling. But Rivers is putting up a lot of big time numbers, passing wise. I'm picking the Chargers to win. They just have a better team. Eric Weddle, Antonio Gates, Rivers, like I said, a bunch of guys like that. Keenan Allen. The Raiders, they're still trying to find themselves, and the Raiders will get there. They will. It's just going to take some time. Let me look at some of these players real quick. No Khalil Mack's up. That Dawkins. Now I will never use him because I'm a Giants fan, and I will never, in a million years, use an Eagles player because I have a personal hatred for them. But he's still a nasty card. Next game, that is a big game. Cowboys at the Giants. Matt Castle is starting. Cowboys are 2-3. The Giants are 3-3. I did pick the Giants to lose last week against Philly. Philly was in a must-win situation. They had to win that game, and I did. Like I said, I did pick them to win. Now that game, the Eagles got lucky in that game. I shouldn't say they got lucky because the guy did make a play. But that first drive, when the Giants went down and scored, and then they stopped the Eagles, then they're driving down the same exact way, and they're about to go up 14-0, and then Larry Donnell has the ball stripped, which they called an interception, by the way. Should have been a fumble. And of course, now everyone's like, oh, Eli's back to his old ways, throwing picks. That was not an interception. I don't care what the rule says, how it's written, whatever. When you have a player and the ball gets stripped out of his hands, it's a fumble. So how they call that an interception, I have no idea. Now, yes, Eli did throw another pick, and the guy ran it back for a touchdown. But as far as I'm concerned, not two. All right. Then you had Jennings fumbled. It was like as soon as the Larry Donnell play happened, the Giants couldn't do nothing after that. It was the most amazing thing. Then, okay, so the Larry Donnell play happens, right? Giants defense stops them. They go 3 and out, and then Jamontre Moore had a roughing the passer penalty, gave him a first down, and the Eagles went down and scored. And then from that point on, it was all Eagles. I have never seen one play change an entire game from the first quarter. It was ridiculous. With that being said, Matt Castle's starting. Matt Castle's garbage. Over the past 5 years now that he's played, he's 9-17 as a starter, not including the year he was with New England. I'm talking about since then, when he was with the Chiefs and the Vikings and the Bills. He's 9-17. No Dez Bryant. He's not playing. The Giants are at home. They need this game. It's a must-win. Giants are winning that game. There's, in my mind, I have no doubt about it that they're going to win that game. Now, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try and see if I can get a little bit of a snipe here. If I can bid this and win it, I'll bid it up to $150,000. If I win, I'll turn around and flip it for 200. I'll make 40,000 coins. I don't care. Nothing wrong with that. That would be pretty good. I have a feeling though he's gonna go way up. He's gonna go way up. I might even be able to sell him for like, $250 if I get lucky. So I got 2 more games left. The Eagles and the Panthers. All right, the Eagles are 3-3. We just talked about them. The Panthers are 5-0. It's in Carolina. What could go wrong did go wrong for the Giants in that game. They had their chances, though. I'm not going to say they did. They did have 4 turnovers themselves. They did turn the Eagles over 4 times. They just couldn't capitalize on it. I don't think it's going to happen twice. The Panthers are winning this game. They got too much defense. Kuechly, Thomas Davis. I mean, just those 2 alone are just nasty. Kuechly last week came back at 14 tackles, and Thomas Davis is actually very underrated. Not a lot of people talk about him, but if you watch football, okay, and you follow it, Thomas Davis is a damn good player. He could easily be, a top 10 linebacker in football right now. And then on the other side of the ball, you got Cam Newton. As much as I can't stand him, he's much better than freaking Bradford. So I'm picking the Panthers to win that game, go 6-0. And then the last game, which is a horrible game for Monday Night Football. You got 1-5 Ravens versus the 4-2 Cardinals. The Cardinals are sliding a little bit. They need to have a bounce back game and start putting some wins together, because to start where they were 4-0 and now they lost 2 straight, they're definitely backsliding. The Ravens, on the other hand, the Ravens are done. 1-5, like I said, we've a bunch of 1-5 teams. The seasons are over. Ravens are another team that keeps losing these close games. The only game they won that was close was against the Steelers in overtime, and that's because the Steelers kicker missed 2 field goals. Otherwise, they'd be 0-6 right now. And it's funny because I don't think the Ravens are a bad team. They just, for whatever reason, they can't put these games away. I know they're missing Terrell Suggs, and Steve Smith got hurt, and stuff like that. But with that being said, I'm picking the Cardinals to win. The Cardinals need this game to right their season and get to where they want to go. So that's basically it. That's my Week 7 picks. I apologize for not being able to get a full game up for you guys, but obviously that douchebag quit, and he is a douchebag. But I'll try and do better for you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.